Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about greatest common factor word problems. So you're actually going to be working in your packet today. This is the 5th page, I do believe. Yesterday you should have done the practice of greatest common factor worksheet in the packet, and then this one would be the next page. So it literally just says greatest common factor word problems at the top. So flip through your packet and try to find this page for me. Okay, so we are just going to do 2 examples. I'm going to show you what I'm looking for when it comes to these word problems, and then you just have 3 problems to try on your own, okay? And then that's it for the day. You have to do your formative, and then you're done. Okay, so example 1 says that Keisha is putting together bags of supplies. She has 42 craft sticks and 12 bottles of glue, and puts an equal number of craft sticks and an equal number of glue bottles in each bag. So that just means that every bag is exactly the same. So if she puts 5 glue sticks in a bag, then every bag is going to have 5. There are none left over. So she uses all of her craft sticks and glue bottles. What is the greatest number of bags of supplies that Keisha can make? And how many craft sticks and bottles of glue are in each bag? So there are 2 questions here. So question 1 is going to be how many bags. Whoop. So we need the number of bags. And then we also need how many glue sticks or craft sticks. And bottles of glue in each. Okay, so there's 2 different questions that we have to answer. So in order to do this, the word greatest should jump out at you. So we're taking craft sticks and bottles of glue and we're dividing them into bags. So we know we need to divide, and we need the greatest number of bags. So what have we been talking about recently that has the word greatest in it? If you are guessing greatest common factor, you are right. So you basically just need to find the greatest common factor of your 2 numbers that you're dealing with, which are 42 craft sticks and 12 bottles of glue. So I'm going to use the cake method because the cake method actually kind of answers both questions for you. That's why I love the cake method so much. So I'm going to put those 2 numbers inside my first layer of cake. I am actually going to label what each number represents, and you'll see why in a second. So this is craft sticks, and then the 12 is the glue. So then from here, we're just going to go and find the greatest common factor. So my prime numbers go on the side, so I know what to divide by. And then we'll start with 2. So 42 and 12 are both divisible by 2. So I put a 2 on the side, divide by 2. 42 divided by 2 is 21. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So 21 is not divisible by 2, and even though 6 is, we can't use it because they both have to be divisible by that. So I'm going to cross off 2, then move to 3. So 21 actually is divisible by 3, so is 6. So we're going to divide by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 7 and 2 are both prime at the bottom, so I'm done. I can't go any further. They don't have another common factor. So numbers on the side. 2 times 3 is 6. That's my greatest common factor. And so I have to go back to the problem and think about what that means. So what was I looking for the greatest of? And that's going to be in your problem. So I need the greatest number of bags. So this greatest common factor, this 6, represents the number of bags. So Keisha can make 6 bags But we need to figure out, because that answers question 1, so we're done with question 1. But we need to figure out what's in those bags. How many craft sticks and how many bottles of glue. So what's actually neat is that your cake is already kind of answering that for you. So really, if I have 42 craft sticks and I'm dividing them into 6 bags, I would do 42 divided by 6 to figure out how many craft sticks are going in each bag. So 42 divided by 6 is actually 7. And same thing for my bottles of glue. If I have 12 bottles of glue and I'm putting them into 6 bags, I would take the 12 and divide it into 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 7 and 2 are actually in your cake. So your cake is dividing by the greatest common factor for you already. So it actually kind of gives you the numbers. So the craft sticks would be 7. Glue bottles would be 2. So that's why I love the cake so much, because it answers so many things for you. So Keisha can make 6 bags with, oh, come on, iPad, with 7 craft sticks and 2 bottles of glue in each. And then you're done. You answered both questions. You answered number of bags and how many are in each. And that would be your answer. So notice that I answered both questions in one sentence. You're able to use one sentence. And then notice I wrote it in a sentence. So these problems need to be written in a sentence. Do not forget to do that. It's very, very important. Okay? So I'm going to do one more problem for you, and then I'm going to have you try some on your own. So this one is about food, because who doesn't love food? So you have 50 blueberry scones and 75 cranberry scones. Make as many identical bags of scones as possible. Each bag should have an equal number of blueberry scones and an equal number of cranberry scones. So once again, that just means every bag is equal or the same. What is the greatest number of bags you can fill? And how many of each scone go in each bag? So once again, we have 2 questions. Question 1, we need to know the number of bags. And number 2, we need to know the number of each type of scone in each bag. Okay, so it is a good idea to pull out the information from the problem that you need to actually answer with. That way it helps you kind of start your answer or start your sentence. Because I know that definitely is hard to start the sentence and figure out what your numbers mean at the end. So we have 50 blueberry scones and 75 cranberry. So 50 and 75. So we're looking for the greatest number of bags. So once again, we need to find the greatest number that 50 and 75 can both be divided into, or the greatest common factor. So I'm going to do the cake once again because it is the easiest method for me. If you like a different one, go for it. So 50 would be blueberry, and then 75 is the cranberry scones. And then you just want to go through your prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So 50 is divisible by 2, but 75 is not, so I can't use it. So then I need to move on to 3. And 50 is not divisible by 3, even though 75 is. So can't use 3, but 5. Both of those are divisible by 5. So I'm going to divide by 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10. 75 divided by 5 is 15. So 10 and 15, both of those are divisible by 5 as well. So 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. Well, 2 and 3 are both prime, so I know I'm done my cake. And my greatest common factor would be 5 times 5, which is 25. So my greatest common factor is 25. So once again, I want you to go back into the problem and see what it was asking for the greatest number of, because that's going to be your sentence. So it was asking for the greatest number of bags. So I can make 25 bags. But now I need to figure out how many blueberry and how many cranberry are going to go in each. So if you're doing a different method and not using the cake, you would do your 50 scones or 50 blueberry, and you want to divide those 50 blueberry into 25 bags. So you would do 50 divided by 25, which would be 2 in each bag. If you did the cake, you could just look at your bottom layer. So I can make 25 bags with 2 blueberry scones. And for the cranberry scones, you have 75 cranberry and you're dividing them into 25 bags or splitting them up into 25 bags. So 75 divided by 25 would be 3. And once again, if you did the cake, it's right there in the bottom layer. So with 2 blueberry scones and 3 cranberry scones in each. Okay, so we answered the number of bags and how much of each scone are in each bag. So we are done, okay? So I want you to kind of do the same exact steps when you're doing the problem. I would write the 2 questions that you need to answer, find the greatest common factor of the 2 numbers involved. Then you need to figure out how many of each item is going to go in the bag or in the basket or whatever you're dividing them up into. So you have 3 problems to do, 1, 2, 3. So each of them need a sentence, answering all of the questions. Make sure you're answering all of them. After you've done those 3 problems, the answer key is uploaded on Google Classroom for you to check with. So please make sure you're checked. Please make sure you're doing it right. If not, hop on Google Meet at 11:30 and I can help you. If you want to email me, that works as well. But make sure you do your formative after the worksheet and you checked it. There are only 4 questions on the formative today. I decided to give you a little break since these are word problems. But there is a 5th question, but it's optional. Okay, you don't have to do it. It's a Wall of Champs problem. Okay, so let me know if you need help. Other than that, have a wonderful day.